Hey, how's it going, everyone? Sinister here, bringing you another video. And today I want to give my thoughts about the Sony showcase that we saw last Thursday. So just getting on into it. I like the way that it started off with the Star Wars remake. I was like, yeah, it just brings back memories of the OG game I used to play years ago on the Xbox. And things like that. That the veterans of the game, are they going to be into it? I'm sure some are, and probably some aren't. But to each their own. I guess like for the new players and things like that. You get to try this game because, for those who never got the chance to play the original game, well, you get a chance to play the remake to see how it is. But I recommend like looking up the OG game to see how it plays, with the story and everything. But for those that don't know, like the game setting, it takes place like 4,000 years before the original trilogy. There you go. There's your little history lesson right there. So yeah, basically before like the New Hope, this game takes place, like I said, 4 millennials before it. So anyways, of course there's another remaster. Well, excuse me, KOTOR is a remake. Alan Wake is a remaster. So big difference. So anyways, for those who never got the chance to play Alan Wake on the 360 or PC, well, now you get a chance to play it on your PlayStation. Because I know it's cool to you, seeing like the updated graphics and the gameplay and things like that. Of course, going around using that flashlight and trying to, fight off these shadow monsters and, finishing off with weapons in your hand, things like that. It's cool and all, like for those, who never had a chance to play it, well, now you do. It's right there in front of you. However, like diving into some of the games that they showed, Tokyo Ghostwire, I've seen that on E3. Like I said, my bro Kane and I, gave her discussions about it. Definitely can't wait to play it. I know this is a time exclusive because it's gonna go to Xbox, when that time exclusive runs out. But regardless of what system I play it on, I'm gonna try it anyway. So things like that. The other one that caught my attention was Project Eve. I love my hack and slash things like I said. It reminds me of Bayonetta, Devil May Cry, and God of War all mixed into one. But a little bit of my God of War, I'm gonna save that towards the end. But for this game, Project Eve, graphically, it looks amazing, and 60 frames per second. Just the way you're going hack and slash your enemies here and there. It's like I said, like the two games I mentioned, Bayonetta and Devil May Cry. It seems like those two had a baby and, birthed this game. Things like that. Of course, a little bit of God of War in there. So I definitely, can't wait to try this whenever this drops. So, of course, an honorable mention I want to give it to is that game Forspoken. It's like, this game is speaking to me. I was like, just the way it looks. Of course, visually, and then seeing how the gameplay is. I definitely don't want this game to be slept on. It definitely looks interesting. But like I said, to each their own. I'm sure this game will appeal to some and turn off by others. Things like that. So, alright, but moving forward, I definitely want to talk about Insomniac because they made some major moves on this one. They did their success with the Spider-Man games, the first one, and of course Miles Morales, the spin-off, plus Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. So now, they got 2 more under their belt. Now you get Spidey 2, for the first time, now you get to see Peter and Miles team up. Of course, add with Venom towards the end. I was like, just the way you see the teaser, how the creeping is like the narration, they hear that Russian accent. Everybody's thinking, oh, it's Craven and things like that. And of course, then it flashes towards the end, they look in this dark alley and then who pops out? Venom. I was like, yeah, just hearing that wee, and it's like, uh-oh. It's going to be epic, and of course, at the end, they gave a release date of 2023. Which is cool and all because they got time from now up until that time to drop it. Hopefully see some gameplay next year to see what it looks like at least. With Peter or Miles in action. And of course, Venom and see how he fits in there. Things like that. So the other Insomniac game, of course, which is exclusive, is Wolverine. Get a little small teaser, Wolverine's he's at his local watering holes, see a bunch of guys laid out, dead everywhere, and except for one dude, and he's about sneaking up on Logan with a knife. I was like, bruh, Logan ain't gonna have none of that. And of course, you see a close up of his claws popping out. It's like, uh-oh, someone's gonna eat some adamantium steel, things like that. So, I mean, yeah, like of course, Wolverine has no release date, but I say that's either 2023, 2024 to be at least around that time frame, because you know what the other like exclusive before. Of course, I know they want to drop Spider-Man 2. Of course, that I'm sure that one's gonna come out first. Then they'll drop Wolverine later on to see what it's like. You know, like, is he gonna be like, you know, going around the wilderness, you know, slashing, you know, a bunch of guys, and, you know, he's gonna fight Sabretooth, or he's gonna interact with X-23. We don't know, so I guess we have to find out years from now, things like that. So, and of course, I definitely want to give you talk about God of War Ragnarok. This is the big one. I mean, seeing the teaser, the trailer of it, more of it, and then of course you see father and son. I mean, it seems like that that relationship, that tension is still right there. It's like, honestly, like Kratos and Atreus, like, you know, Ragnarok is looming, tensions are raising up. I'm at Atreus, he's interested to know, it's like, oh, what about Loki? Is he gonna bring Ragnarok? Blah blah blah. It's like all these questions, and of course they show a little bit of gameplay, like Kratos fighting all these monsters, like doing little combos here and there, like uses Leviathan axe, then he switches up to the blades. You know, like the way you can draw your enemies closer, which is cool and all. Yeah, you definitely get like to see Thor, but of course you don't see his face. All you see like is his body, and then of course his hammer, things like that. And which is cool and all. Like Thor is being voiced by Opie from, you know, Sons of Anarchy, you know, aka Ryan Hurst. You know, he's a good addition to the cast, and you got other cast members like voicing, you know, Odin and Tyr. There's that Agwadora. You know, I may have butchered her name, but you know, she's like the black giant towards the end of the trailer and things like that, which is really cool. I mean, yeah, of course, you know, they're bringing back the other voice actors from the previous game comes back. You know, Chris Judge voicing Kratos. I think the actress that voices Freya, and that the voice actor their voices are Atreus. You know, like I said, some of them are coming back, which is cool. Brings Elvin driving it forward. You know, I think what they were saying is, you know, this would conclude the Norse saga of the game. So, again, but this game has no release date. So, I mean, hopefully we'll get some more details, like, you know, down the road to see how this is gonna be. I can't wait to get my hands on it, because the God of War of 2018, that was like one of my favorite exclusives on the PS4. I mean, you know, followed by Spider-Man and things like that, which is cool and all things like. But yeah, before I end, it's like, yeah. You know, since I mentioned Tyr, like, it's cool seeing Tyr, that version of God of War, versus Kratos, the Greek God of War, is like, showing them, you know, tiring, like, looking down, looking up at each other, things like that, which is cool and all. But, overall, with the showcase, it was a good show and all, but my only negative is, like, why show GTA 5? I mean, they could have just cut that part out just to save time, just added something else in this place. But, like I said, I mean, GTA 5's been milked to death, but this is Sony. I mean, or these companies, they can do whatever they want. So, anywho, definitely want to hear your thoughts about it. You know, the business. Drop your comments down below. This is Sinister. Be easy.